Hello, everyone. Welcome to our treasure home. And she'll be here in just a minute. Starting successfully fast.
Hi.
Hello.
Aloha.
Oh my God. Aloha.
Aloha. That's what my shirt says. Aloha.
Yes, it does. That's exactly what it says.
What are we making today, Grandma?
I don't know. What are we making today? That's a little sign on the YouTube side. What is this not?
We're not. Hi, my favorite Eddie Keeper. Uncle DJ!
All right. What's going on here? There it goes. It's just YouTube trying to catch up. So let's see. We have Randy, we got Jamie, and we have DJ and Mark, Corner Clubhouse Cobalt. Woohoo! So I am not dropping the link today because trying to get this pretzel stuff going and trying to talk and everything is not going to happen. So, but I do have something very interesting to say. So, before we start, yes, y'all know I make my bread and everything. I don't know if it's because of homemade bread or I've made my blueberry jam, jelly, or whatever, however I eat and everything. But I was just curious. When I got on the scales this morning, I have lost 6 more pounds. I was like, yes! Woohoo! I am so happy because I was like, I'm talking loud because I'm so excited if I get a little more weight off. In my mind, it will help my hip, which in reality, it would help my hip. But the doctor said, weight or not, your hip is the way it is.
Keep those monkeys off the bed.
Huh?
The doctor said, keep those monkeys off the bed.
Oh, she said the doctor said the monkeys off the bed. Y'all remember that little song we used to sing? Hey, Mona, how you doing? So now we got Mona in the house and Peter. Give it a few more minutes and then we'll start on these pretzels. So I'm always changing up this bread recipe. I don't know what it is with me. Sometimes I put 2 cups of water and 4 cups of flour, or 1 cup of water, and just measure the flour as I need it and everything. So I kind of did that this morning and made it like a wet dough. So we're going to see how this turns out. But I do have some extra flour just in case. So there are several recipes for pretzels. I even have one in books over there. I was like, I was just going to wing it this morning. We'll see what it does. Like I always do. So an easy way for me, since I don't want to use the oven, is that we have the nice little Newegg here. So that's what I've been cooking my bread in, because I have a bread pan, and then I also have my Ninja. And the Ninja, I can make it like a round bread, which, that turns out really good. So, and then, I did the video. Y'all seen the video? Last night I posted about the olive bread. It was really good. Honestly, it was really good. I think I need to cut the olives. They were whole olives, and I was just trying to get it done really fast. But it was really good, even once I put the mustard on it. And then I had some really great comments and everything about different ideas with it and everything. So I was like, oh, those were some good ones. I got to remember. I write down, my book is getting full of a list of things to do. And it's like, enough time in the day or enough days in a week to get everything, all of it done. So it's like, I'll just do it and then schedule them out, That's the best way to do it. So I was like, oh yeah, it was really good. It was like when you had a slice with the olive in, you could taste the olive in the bread. If it didn't have anything, you just tasted the bread. So that was just like, well, that kind of like a bummer in a way because I want the olives and all through the bread. So next time I'll get and go to the grocery store, I'll get them to pick up the a can of olives that has already cut up, or I'll just cut it up myself. So I was just trying to do it a quick way the other day, but it was actually good. So I was like, there we go. Alrighty, so I'm gonna do, the counter is already clean. I am just gonna take a little bit of flour and put it on here. I can use a cutting board or whatever. Trying to get room. Let me put this over here. There we go. I don't want that to fall on. So here is my dough. Like I said, it's more of a wet dough, but I'm like, yes, yes, yes. That came out so well. We're gonna fix that right on up. And you know, when you got wet dough and not enough flour. Woohoo! All right. Yes, I do have one of those scraper things. I have to don't have it right now. All right. Do you have anything you want to show anybody? I'm just gonna get this all nice and mixed in. Just a minute. All right. Just a little bit more flour.
My sketching skills.
You want to turn the computer so everybody can see it?
I sketched this dog and colored it in.
She is getting really good. I think you should go get the one about the little brown dog that you did upstairs.
It's not a dog, that's a cat, and it was painted.
Oh, the painted cat. Okay, that's my mistake. All right. So how about you go get that? All right. So this one kind of like roll into a ball, and then we just take little pieces of it. And then we're going to cut and we're going to shape it. All right. Let me get over here. Alrighty.
This is for Mom and Dad to hang on their bedroom wall. This is his cat the other day.
She's doing such a great job.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. There we go. So you ready to sit there and shake this? You want to make pretzels?
I'm on the tablet.
Oh, so you left me to do the work. Huh?
It was your idea to do pretzels today.
Oh, it was my idea, huh?
I wanted pretzels.
You wanted pretzels.
Just because I wanted pretzels doesn't mean it was my idea to do it today. Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry. I think she's getting older. What do you think? So I cut it up, divided it, and then you just roll it out. How, get it as long as you want. You can make them pretzel sticks. You can make, some reason or another, I didn't put enough flour in this. Now, there's a sticky dough. Huh? There we go. Now I got more room. And if you roll it out, you just kind of like pull it apart so you can get the length that you want. I make some good pizza sticks. Let me tell you. So then if you want some heart shape, you just pinch the middle together. And there you go. I'm going to put that one like that. All right, let's do another one. So we'll see how the sticky dough pretzel turns out today. That one there. I've done, oh yeah. I'll show you in a minute. Get this one kind of like all together, thinned out, stretched out. If it wants to work. Yeah, that's the one thing about videos. I've learned that from TV a long time ago, that they edit things out. It's funny now because of the old shows. You can tell when they like cut and it put together and everything. So now this one you can shape just like a pretzel. That way and that way. You put that in. We'll do 2 more and then we'll cook these. And this dough will probably still rise while we're sitting here. And I've seen now that people have frozen their dough. I have before. I don't know. That doesn't seem it works as well once it's frozen. I don't know. You go to the store and buy frozen rolls and stuff, but I think they've already pre-cooked or halfway cooked. Got that one. And we'll do one more. Oh, we just make a pretzel ball out of this. How about that? And we'll see how that goes. All right. So we got. And hopefully we'll plug it in. Before that, I am going to wash my hands. All right. So now we're going to turn the NuWave on. Whoops, that was a paper towel. All right. We'll start with 10 minutes and we'll see how that goes. What? It's like you push the button and then they want to start. All right, so let's see here. Hi, guys. Hi, Kelly. There's Linda. And let's see here. And there's Tiffany. So we've got pretzels going in the new way. And I got flour everywhere. Oh, goodness. Woo. Now, see, that's the breakfast routine. You can tell my cooks in videos are modified. We'll just say that. Unless you have an apron on. I don't have an apron on. But I do have something that Charlotte sent me that I could cut out and make an apron. So that would be a project this week. So, you know, I remember that growing up. I always wore aprons. That was the thing. So I was like, well, you know, I got this time.
Everybody needs an apron in the kitchen.
That's right. Everybody needs an apron in the kitchen. So I was like, yeah, that's a sticky dough this time. Sorry, we're going to see how this works. And then, yeah, I messed one step. I could have used the egg wash or the water to put on there to make it that dark brown or crispy brown. And I just don't do that. I always forget it. I do need to do one other thing. Some little girl asked, she goes, don't forget the salt. And you can't leave them with salt on. You could put salt on. You can leave it with salt off. We'll just add a little bit of salt on top. Oh, my finger went. And we'll see how that goes. So, and I have some other dishes coming up. I cooked some chicken the other night because they had my son's fried chicken. He goes, do you want any? Like, no, just leave a piece out for me because they like using spicy spices and the, you know. No, they didn't. But, you know, the jalapeno and the hot peppers and everything. So I was like, no, I'll cook my own. So I was cooking the chicken, and when I took it, I put it in a Ziploc bag and put garlic, onion powder, salt, oregano, basil, and some parsley in there and coated it and everything. So I was like, okay, this does look good. Let me think of something else. So then I added like a teaspoon and a half of mustard. I don't know, I just squirted it in there. I didn't measure it. So maybe 2 teaspoons of mustard. And I was like, because I was thinking honey mustard because we have, I know I'm not sponsored, but we got the Baby Ray's honey mustard. I said, I don't want to use that one. So I was like, I had mustard and then I got some honey, so about the same amount. And then I just mixed it all together and everything. Oh my goodness, that was so good. So that will be a video coming up because I was like, I like to try things first before I do a video. But then again, I'll do a video and let you know if it tastes good. Does it taste good? So I was like, oh, this tastes good. So then I cut up celery and onions, and I didn't have any carrots. And then we have carrots. I didn't cut any up. And I think that was it. The celery and the onion. And I cooked that, and the juices left from the chicken and the honey mustard. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is definitely a great meal. And I had some rice. And so I cooked some rice, put that over rice. And I was like, Now I got to thinking. I said, what other sauce, what else I could do with it to make, I could make it a little bit thicker. So I could use cornstarch, or you can use you got potato starch and you got tapioca starch. And I can't use the potato starch because it makes my joints hurt. So I was like, I still have some tapioca starch. I said, never going to try this in a video and make a sauce with the tapioca instead of the corn starch. And we'll see how that turns out. Hi, Rebecca. How you doing? Hey, Lisa. So I was thinking that not to put the lid up. I might change my mind, Might ought to do that. My sidekick is sitting over there playing a video game on her tablet. So, it's okay. Should be 10 in a couple months. In 2 months. She will be 10. You know what that means? Ooh.
Teenager.
Do you heard what she said? I said she'd be 10. Ooh, she goes, does that mean I'll be a teenager? I'm like, no. Oh, like, let's see here. I don't know if I could do it this way or not. I don't think I can. No. So I was just like, we're kind of ready. We're not kind of ready. You know how that goes. You want them, just enjoy every age. That's why I tell them all the time. Just enjoy each and every age. Give me a minute. So I've got a lot of stuff I've like either print off or save it to a SD card, another thing. And save it. So it's like, because this little computer doesn't hold much memory at all. Oh, they're starting to look really good. I'll show you in just a minute. It can't be the internet because I might, I'm here and let's wait over there where the box is at. Hi, Hugo. How you doing? So, see if I can see. They are. They're getting there. All right. I'm not even going to pin it. It's going to be dropped. And there you go. All right. There we go. I got a cousin named Nancy, and we call her Boo Boo. Awesome. Like back in, that was a popular name back in the 60s also. So, everybody had these same names and everything growing up because everybody called, and then like in the 70s, 80s, that names started to change, or what people would name their kids and everything. All right. I'm going to get some more rolled out just to see. I had an idea. see how that works out. Actually, I might just do that egg wash after all. All right. That one rolled out. And then yeah, the other bread from the it scared you. Well, we'll see in just a second. It's Irish soda bread, and it does not use any yeast in it whatsoever. So, Shadow Sweet, I made a comment about the olive bread. He goes, it's good to have books like that, and then I had to see about recipes that don't use yeast, and I was like, oh yeah, there's some in there. The Irish soda bread. So that I'm going to do that also, and we'll see how that turns out. Because on at PBS Public Network, Public PB Broadcasting System, or PBS, they have I don't know if the show's still there, and that was called the Test Kitchen. I love that show. They talked about gadgets and all kinds of stuff, and then they was talk about how test different things out and everything. Sometimes you're on the couch. Sometimes I feel like this is a test kitchen, testing different things, see how it works.
The couch is.
I think they know what the couch is.
So Grandma's bed got moved downstairs, and now she sleeps down here, and I call her bed the couch.
Yes, it is a couch. All right. Let me wash hands on that. And they did look into a sofa bed, a pull-out couch, and different things like that. Those things are expensive now. And I don't think it would fit through our back door in the first and the next one. I mean, in this house, I don't think it would fit through the door. So I was like, just forget it. And then, on that note, I did contact my family doctor, my personal physician, because it's important to keep your doctor up to date with things that go on. How you feeling? What's working? What's not working? So don't keep them up to date and don't tell them anything. They don't know how to fix it, not fix it, but at least help you out. And sometimes you just need medical help. So I explained to him some other things, and he's going to write a letter that's medical necessity for this be arranged like this. To be honest with you, I really do like not going up and down the steps as much. I still go up and down the steps, and not as much as I was. Something has to happen. You can't get your hands on knees. Yep, exactly. Because they were it's called Townsend's, and he's like during the day, whatever, but throughout the week, all the shows, channels that I've posted, he shows how they lived back in the 18th century, like George Washington days and everything, and what they used to make bread. And the last one was, he said that wheat flour and everything was expensive back then, and how they used different, not only the different grains, but different beans to make bread. And it was really cool. So, yeah, sometimes we'll need to know how to make, you can make sourdough bread. You don't need yeast. I'm still confused on sourdough bread. I'm working on that project because some people say you don't use yeast, some people do use yeast. So, it's just like, well, I just dive in and just go for it. I do everything else. All right, I'm going to do this egg wash. I thought I could do it with this fork. It's okay, we got this kitchen gadget. So we're going to just brush this on there and we'll do another minute or so. Just to see. Get that off. Then you add your salt, because then the salt will stick as you because it's got the egg whites on it. Set this on here. All right. So we'll say 2 more minutes. That way it can get on there and nice and toasty. Yeah. Let's see here who's coming. Sounds like Henry, she kind of got a few chickens and a few goats. And so they do have that, that in World War II over in Germany, they had sawdust in their flour to make it go farther. But then my grandpa told me about that, and he was in, yeah, I've heard about that. They used to add all kinds of stuff, and it's like, we look back and we think, how in the world they survived? But, they survived. We're here, so that means they survived. My neighbor bought me 2 lions heads that they got from Gadoon, and she isn't caring for them. I didn't need more funds, but couldn't say no because I'm humane about it. Now, yep, there we go. Exactly. Especially when you have a house and a yard and everything. It's hard to say no not to have animals. So, hey, Michelle, how you doing? So, yeah, the stuff, my dad was in the Korean War, and he kind of slept one day. He said he was on the, which I do believe, on the electrical poles, during in the Signal Corps. But then he was something about, what was it? Up at the front line and doing something. So he kind of like slept up a little bit, but to me, what he was doing. And they're right there. I'll just put a little egg wash on it.
Wait, it's supposed to be butter, not eggs. She put the salt on it?
Yes, there's salt. So here's the heart pretzel. And it's pretty cool because it's got the lines in it on the back. It's hot. Well, this came out more like a knot pretzel than what the regular pretzel look like. And here's just a whatever shaped pretzel. And then here's, so I'm gonna set them over here. Cool. And we're gonna roll these out. And then get this. See that? All right, there we go. Let me get that one like that. Yeah, I did have a cousin that was in Vietnam. And then three uncles in the Navy, a cousin in the not Coast Guard, in the Air Force. And so I've had Army, Navy, Marines, and Air Force. So yes. There we go. I think we got this down. So every time we would all get together down at my grandma's house, and he would start talking about what he did as a Marine, as kids were shooed away to go do something else. We could hear everybody else's story, but we couldn't hear his. So I was like, I wanted to hear what he did. Apparently it wasn't for. So I can just imagine. That's all right. He's passed away. He was down on a motorcycle accident, and this is like, oh goodness, I'm 54, so at least 20 years ago that happened. So we're just going to do a twisted one. I'm just twisting it back together. There we go. And 10 minutes was good with those, so we can do 10 more minutes with the next set. All right, here we go. All righty. Look, that is so good. So not like a regular hard pretzel. These are soft pretzels. That's so good. Mm-hmm. That egg wash made a difference, and then a little bit of salt. Oh yeah, mustard, you name it. No, you could. I mean, you can even dip this in the olive oil. That is so good. I had a brother in the Army, a cousin, and his wife in the Marines, an uncle in the Army, and the Air Force. That is awesome. I think, taller. Oh my goodness, Hoogie. Taller, is that the word for it? Come here for a minute. Please.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to show everybody. Let me fix this up so the camera's up. Taller, come here. Yes, she is taller. She is up to here. When we started 5 years ago, she was like right here. So in 5 years, she's up here. See here. Oh, what are you doing? Oh,
I shrunk.
she shrunk. We were still shorter than that when we started. There we go. See, you just grew. So I was like,
I'm gonna make my mom cry.
You're going to make your mom cry. She grew because we were doing that video with the olive bread, and she was standing in front of me. We were, playing back and forth. And I'm trying to see everybody, and she's doing this, moving the same way. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. You were right here. And anyway, she was like right here, and now she's right here, the bridge of my nose. I'm like, oh my God, you done grown. Because usually she steps on her tiptoes to make her like that. I know. Oh yeah, cheese dip. Oh my goodness. There's so many things you can use. Yes, she is. She is. Well, she has that personality. She's really outgoing. And she's really coming into herself. I was like, now you're at the age you kind of like want to get grown up, and then you don't want to be grown up, and I don't want her to grow up. She's, yeah. Her daddy's like between 6'3" and 6'4", because he's still growing. Because I'm like, I come up to his shoulder, and I'm like at his shoulder. I say, you're definitely 6'4", or at least 6'3", because I was 6'3" and 3/4. So they said, just say 6'3", 5'3" and 3/4. Just say you're 5'4" and just go with it. But now I'm like, you shrunk. I said, I probably have. I probably did, because that distance between L5 and S1A is no longer there. So I shrunk. I was like, that's all right. Oh yes, definitely. Her pediatrician said that when they were measuring her and everything. They go, she is going to be tall. And then they looked at her daddy and they're like, yeah, she's going to be tall. So school is going. Beer cheese is where it is at pretzels. Oh yeah, she's gonna let her hair grow back out. She don't like it short. So she goes, I don't like it this short. She goes, I don't mind it short, but not like this. I'm like, okay, that is good to know. So you need to let everybody know that. So, and then it was like, it was the second week of school, but the first full week of doing classwork and then class connect and everything. So Mondays and Tuesdays aren't too bad. Because it's not that much yet. But Wednesdays and Thursdays are big days and everything. So it's like, oh my goodness, trying to figure out how to get, because they only have an hour between homeroom and the next class. And it's like, what do you get done? Do you get anything done? Do you sit there and you plan on doing something else? So we do those short classes, like art or music and something like that. And then in the afternoon, we finish up with whatever math or English and everything she has to do, or like typing and the Mobimax, and they want 30 minutes of that. I was like, oh my goodness. Hey, Terry, how you doing? She said, I'm Dungeon Irish, so we know I have beer cheese. You want another pretzel? Yes, you may have another pretzel.
You make good pretzels.
Oh, thank you so much. They don't look like like the brown pretzels, but that's okay.
It's okay. They're not raw.
They're not, no, they're not raw. They're cooked. And I like, when you get a good pretzel, that's, you see the brown and the salt and everything else, and that's good. But I'm telling you, my homemade pretzels, I like them because I can make them soft. Because she lost a tooth here, a tooth there. In a week, she lost 2 teeth. So, she's growing, and teeth are loose and everything. You want soft foods. Oh, as you age. I'm so hilarious. And as you age, you want soft food too. I'm like, I would deny that I'm 54. I'll be 30 forever. Yeah, 22. Holy, there you go. 30. Chase say between 30 and 32. I'll be good that age. I lost a lot of weight, and I was like it didn't hurt and everything, could do things and all. When I was so back in 98, I was training for the fire department, and so 98. Her dad was 6 years old, and we lived in an apartment complex, and the playground was actually up on a hill, but our apartment was like, oh no, I want to say, I'm not going to say a quarter of a mile, but I don't know, 1,000 feet away, So I would sit there and take them to the playground and everything. And I said, because I weighed 160 back then. And I said, get them on my back. And I, didn't do the fireman carry. but he was on my back and everything, and I walked, and we lived on the 3rd floor. So that was like 6 flights of steps. You go up one, up one floor, up onto the 2nd floor. Then you had no steps. Then I don't know, I'd say 6, but maybe between 4 and 6 flights of stairs. So that's how I got used to, if I had with all the equipment and everything being on, you carry and everything. I had him on my back because they said that's about how much he weighed. So I would go up and down those steps with him, go up the steps with him on my back and everything. And I missed it by, it was a couple of questions. And the physical part, I did all right and everything. We had to drag the hose from one end to the other end. And my foot, I had hit my foot by accident. And the guy thought I was going to fall. And what I did, I just flipped it around, put it under my arms, and I dragged it backwards. Because I've never seen anybody do it that way. He goes, but that was good thinking, because most people would have just fallen, given up, or whatever. So I passed all the physical stuff. It was just the questions on there. So, but, I still got to do the EMT, and I did security, and then, everybody knows I was a PI. Don't ask questions. I can give you scenarios, but I can't tell names. And anyway, I forgot names anyhow. Hey, Oregons, how you doing? And then, oh yeah, the firefighter training. And then as, even with the EMS, one of the first calls I had, because I was a volunteer at one of the local rescue squads, and it was a fire we went to one of the hotels, and everybody had gotten out, so we were like, just like not staying by, but relief for the firefighters and everything in case they got overheated or whatever and everything. So that was pretty cool. And we were like really far from the fire, and you could still feel that heat. What you doing? You another one?
Yeah. Well, I need to get my
So, and then the second call I went on because when I started volunteering, they didn't think I had any medical training whatsoever. So you had this one or this one?
I thought you were eating that one.
I just took a bite off to show everybody.
No, I want that.
You want that one? Okay. And it was a head-on collision, and the guy had done it on purpose. He wanted to end his life. And afterwards, I'm not going to go into details, but afterwards, we went back to the rescue squad, and it's like, they sit down, have that little meeting about things, and, make sure the person's okay and everything. I'm like, you okay? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, why? They go, well, you ain't never seen anything like that. I'm like, yes, I have. A neighbor of ours, who was actually a friend, he was coming home from work. He was still living with his mom and dad, and he was like 500 feet from home and fell asleep at the wheel, and the car went off, hit the tree. So we had heard it and went down there. So 10 years old, 9, 10 years old, believe me, I've seen stuff. So they were like, I said, well, my grandfather had a stroke, so we had to help him. My older sister has cerebral palsy and has seizures every once in a while. When she was, up till she was 18. So, we had to know, mom and dad were gone or whatever, what to do. She started having a seizure. And one day, it just out of the blue, she's on gabapentin and everything, but she just, we don't know what happened. The doctor still couldn't figure it out. She started having a seizure, called our neighbor from up the street, but, like next door coming over, and we had already gotten her one way, and I'm on the phone calling. Well, back then you didn't have 911 just yet. You had to call the rescue squad number to come help. So, they go, oh, you're good. He goes, you don't know need I can't figure the word out, about anything. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I've seen things that you probably think I've never seen before. Hey, Nancy, how you doing? I understand, Jonathan. I'm the same way. My left shoulder, I don't know what happened. Just all of a sudden, when like this is back in 2003, 2004, I didn't pull anything or whatever, and I went to look something up, and it's like, Michelle, I said, I don't know if it was from the pocketbook or if it's just from wear and tear of doing things as a kid. But it was me and the driver. His name was Charles, and we went to go pick up a lady, and she was just a little old lady, so it was so sweet. But it was like he had the head and I had the feet, and we were coming out. It was a mobile home. When we were coming out, and I went to lift that stretcher, and the shoulder gave out. And he looked at me. She looked at me. I'm like, I'm okay. I'm okay. You don't let the patient see your expression of something's going on, and that's what we were taught. But sometimes there was, so and then ever when that happened, and after we dropped her off at the hospital, and he goes, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. All of a sudden my shoulder starts giving out, and I had a great doctor. He goes, we don't know why. We've done x-rays and everything. He goes, I can't figure it out. He goes, you're in great health. You're strong and everything. I just don't know why your shoulder's giving out. So after that, we always had a third person on the rescue squad. And anytime him and I stick a it and, what you doing? Said we were in up and everything else. So always make sure we had a third person there, preferably a guy there, so they could lift the stretcher. And if not, you know what? We would call dispatch and ask for backup. Oh, did I hesitate for that? If I didn't think I could lift that person up and everything, it wasn't like an emergency and you need to get load and go in 10 minutes. Yeah, I did. I would call dispatch and said we need help. That's what they're there for. So I enjoyed when I was doing EMS. I'm used to miss it. No, I don't miss being in the medical field now. I can help someone out. I do have a medic bag in case something happens here. I've got stuff downstairs in the basement. I've got stuff here throughout. Actually, we've got a little red one. And I've got this one down here, and then I've got one upstairs. Because that's what I used to take outside, and the bandages and stuff. I mean, I got this off of Amazon a couple years ago. So it's got stuff in it. And yes, I need to go through some things and make sure, all right. But here we've got a little bit of scissors. Fingernail clippers work great if you don't have any scissors. It'll still cut stuff. That's what they're made for. And then antacid pills and everything. We got tape and gauze. I do have, this is ibuprofen. Right out. Check your dates. So that needs to be taken. Well, it hasn't been open either. So, it's your decision about if it's expired or you throw it away or not. Probably, I'll leave it at that. Then we have hand sanitizer. This is, I think this is hand sanitizer. We have couple antibiotic ointment. I do have anti-itch cream. We have wipes in there to wipe your hands, bandages, and tape, and I have scissors in there. But I would check your stuff, make sure you've got things. If it has a bed open, that's your discretion. So now we're going to sit here and we're going to, let's do these. That one turned out pretty cool. And once I set up, yeah, and those metal things are hot. I've burned myself already on those things. And then I sit there and still do it. I'm like, oh well. Add just a little bit of salt. And then we'll pop this back on for another couple of minutes. Temper time to, and there we go. All righty. So, and we also have, and we do have a fire extinguisher down here, and we have one upstairs. So that's you're supposed to check too. I guess you go by the number and then find out if it's good or not. But to me, a fire extinguisher, unless it's used, shall be good. Hi, Jonathan. You need to tell us about that. Hi, Rita. How you doing? And how long does a fire extinguisher last? Because, like, when you're, people think only firefighters, EMS, and people in that field are the only ones that need that stuff. And you need to know it too. Just, because they go for special training and years of everything. Being knowing first aid helps a whole lot until help can get there. And I have a playlist. I'm not asking anybody to run it, but I'm just letting you know about health, safety, and stuff and everything. And I talked about my medic bags and everything and what I put in there, and things that people don't think about using that can help stop bleeding. That's all in that also. Because, some medical supplies are pretty expensive. So there's other ways you can help without having to, break the bank to do it. Get your supplies up. And that's not what this is all about. We just started talking about EMS and stuff. And the days are done. Say goodbye to the bow. So this one, it was supposed to be like a twisted knot. So there's that one. This one came out more of a shape of a pretzel. We have that one. This is one I just kept twisting and twisting and twisting. So that's the way that one looks. And then this one came out like a boat. I don't know. I felt like that. So there we go. Those are our pretzels. Yes, I still have more dough. I'll probably stick. Oh, one thing you can do if you really want your dough to rise, if you got some left over, you sit there and put it in a plastic bag and seal that plastic bag up, and it will double in size, pretty fast. Because I did that the other day with the pizza dough that I had left over.
Can you say that information again, please?
What?
The information you just said.
If you need to sit there and have leftover dough and put it in a plastic bag, it'll rise real quick.
Thank you.
You're welcome. She's videoing on a tablet. So I did that with the pizza dough, and that's how it was like, really good and everything. And I took the cream cheese and I was just spread it on that and make it like a little well to the edges and everything, and then put the fruit cocktail. I had canned fruit cocktail, the different fruits, your grapes, your cherries, and pineapple, and all that. And I didn't really drain all that well, but drained enough to put it on there because I was like, I just wanted to see what it's going to taste like. And I was like, oh, that was so good. Thank God, a tackle box full of goodies to help out on the road. Exactly. Have one in your car. You don't need them. And I've got some little mini ones that's upstairs. I got a free duffel bag from, what was it? Not Great Wolf Lodge. It was Cabarrus a couple years ago. You filled out for something and I got a free hat and a free duffel bag. So that duffel bag's upstairs. That's like
That's a medical bag.
It's a medical, yes, that's our medical bag. Hey Newman Damon, how you doing? Fake donuts for myself after watching you. There you go, Linda. So that bag is a grab and go bag for when we have tornadoes. The one that's upstairs.
Or for anything else that needs an emergency.
Yeah, anything else that needs an emergency. But like I said, then I got the little mini kits that are in the closet also.
Hey, that's my mini kit.
That's her mini kit. So it's like here, there, this one. There's one in the car. It's just, to me, that's just from the being the way I grew up because of all the medical needs that we had to have for my sister or my dad or my mom. This was before I was born, but he was outside. They were cooking on the grill. And back then it was around charcoal grills. We didn't have anything else. And she goes, she don't know why he thought of doing this. But the fire had gone low, so he went over there and poured gasoline on it. It goes whoosh like that and burned all the hair off his chest because he didn't have a shirt on. It's not funny, but it is because I was like, he was in the army. He knew better. He was ahead and did it. He wanted to get that fire going. So it's like, things happen at home that more than, and that's what we learned in class. Most times out of 10, your medical emergencies are at home. So kids, everything I'll never forget. I had just turned 10. So this was the summer after I turned 10. And my mom worked in the grocery store, and the girl, Sue, worked with her dad, had a farm. It was corn. So my mom got a couple bushels of corn. So we're outside shucking the corn. I've said this story over and over again. But my best friend, her brother, and the other friend, we were outside in the back shucking corn. Well, it's corn from the farm. You're going to have worms in the corn. So smart me went inside and got the butcher knife. I said, if you find one you don't want to do, just give it to me. I was used to it, raised in the city, but we also grew up in the country. So they got one. It was wrong. So I took the butcher knife and I was holding like the corn like this, not down at the end, but close to the top of it, like that. Cut my finger. Almost. There's no scar there or anything. I almost cut my finger off. I was like, I was laughing and screaming. So I was like, well, that's something you don't do. Turned it into a lesson. So I was like, yeah, from then on, after I was holding down the cob, at the top, but at the other end of it, in case, we had to cut the ends off. But, it's like silly stuff that we do when you're at home and everything. Even now, and then I got burn cream over there because we just have a habit of burning ourselves and stuff like this. It's not hot anymore. But this thing, when it heats up, this thing is hot. So, accidents happen at home, they help on the road and everything. So just always be ready. Yes, ma'am. Ooh, what did you do that for?
Closed.
Your eyes were closed. Well, if your eyes are closed, how do you see where you're walking?
That was a test.
That was a test. Fumes are worse in the gas fires. I know. I know they
I
are.
have another pretzel.
Yes, you can have one more. I said it right. A couple people should probably eat all the pretzels.
You made good pretzels.
I make good pretzels. I'm glad I make good pretzels. Awesome. Turn the dishwasher on. Yeah. Here's my coffee. I made a big picture of tea the other day. That's right there because we have the family size bags. I was like, I'm tired of drinking just plain water. So I made tea.
May I have some tea?
Yes, you may have some tea. And then I put the little I wouldn't say not advertisements, but the little shorts and everything about what's coming up next Saturday. And this is for subscribers. And I know Dee's Crafting Corner and Mona did what?
I need sugar to put into my cup.
Huh?
I need that to put sugar in my cup.
We gotta wait a moment, okay? We've got a lot of stuff around. They've got members, but this is for members and subscribers. Just email me or Mona did what or Dee's Crafting Corner. We're having a Zoom this coming Saturday the 9th. From 11 to 2. I'll be cooking, maybe sewing, we'll be crafting. You can just chat with us and everything. You know, it's not recorded or anything. It's just there to have fun. Because we now know on some platforms you have to watch what we say. Yeah. Some people don't, but that's okay. Could have been a worm. Haha, giggle Nancy. Your accidents do happen. That's right. Happen at work at home. Oh, yeah. That was my best friend. She's crazy so much. My dad came outside. And I was like, what's going on? It was just a worm in the cord. So, you know, the silly things that happen. So, what's me? Say, excuse me.
Excuse me.
Right. So, that will be next Saturday on Zoom. You just need to email one of us so that we can send you the link. Just, you know, if you just want to sit and have a cup of coffee and chat with us, that's good too. So just something we're doing for our subscribers and members. So I'm getting there. I don't have members yet, but hopefully soon. And then October 14th, the little shorts there also, we are having a craft show. So you got to come by and see the things that are going to be up for sale. They're going to Mona's sewing, so is Dee. I'm doing crochet, and I have some other things besides crochet. You just have to come by and see what it is. So we're working on a lot of stuff and everything. So getting there and busy, and I try to go into people's lives as much as possible. If I go in there and I say hello, I'm there, huh?
We learned in school the word eligible in English class, and there are many meanings for eligible, but what eligible meant back then, you will be eligible to get married. What eligible, what it means we're eligible right now. So you'll be eligible to get a job.
Oh. It still means the same thing. Eligible.
That's what my English teacher said.
Oh, okay. So they're talking about Cinderella and all the maidens being eligible to get married. So
all eligible maidens are good.
there you go. So y'all come by and see us. Sign up for the Zoom meeting, and then be watching the October 14th is a Saturday. So, and the dates and the time are like in our channels, the shorts, the little reels and
I like
everything.
that.
Yeah. So that is what we're up to and what we're doing. And she's growing. That one right there. Look at that one right there. She's on her step stool. Step stool, but yeah, she's growing. All right. I knew this day was coming. I don't think they or her mom and dad were prepared just yet.
Always
That's
be
all right.
prepared. Like earlier when you said be prepared for a storm, be prepared for me to grow.
Exactly. There you go.
And be prepared for Mom to cry.
Cry.
Mom cries whenever I'm taller than her.
I know.
When I'm taller than her, she's probably going to cry for how tall I am. This one's
So, see
has
here.
issues.
I know a few channels that are coming up about 1 o'clock. DJ is one of them. So, let's see here. I'm going to drop DJ's link. And he talks about anime on Sundays. You know, I understand a lot of people aren't into that, but if you are,
I am.
we like watching certain ones, so we go there and watch it and
There's
everything.
an anime movie called Howl's Moving Castle.
There you go. So that's his link and everything, and I've got stuff to clean up and some videos to do. How about that? I might make that chicken. I might do that on the live. It might be on a Saturday. You just never know.
Maybe even on Friday.
On Friday. So, I am going to pray before we leave. Are you ready? Dear Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for everybody who's coming to the chat and those who will watch later. We thank you that you brought us all together. Where you two or more are together, you are there also. We pray for health, safety, provision, protection on those today and around us and talking to us and coming after us. That you go before us and you always come after us and you make our path straight. We thank you that your face will shine upon us today and throughout this week, and the blessings will follow us everywhere we go. I thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, everybody. I've been an hour and 12 minutes. So, but I hope y'all enjoyed the pretzels.
I enjoyed it.
She definitely enjoyed the pretzels. So one more time. Here is this one, and the words on the back from the.
Got sugar for tea.
She got sugar for tea. This one looks like a donut. One that's a pretzel. And then we have this one. And she ate all the rest of them. And this has, except the one That looks so good. All right, where is that? Mustard. I don't have no cheese sauce. I do have some mustard. And there we go. That's so good. That's really good. Amen. Amen. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. God bless. Stay safe. We love y'all. And we'll see you next time on.
If you haven't liked, subscribe, read that for notifications. See you next time on our
Treasure
The live is over. Bye-bye.
See y'all later.
Later, everyone.